Oh, hello there! Did you ever wonder about the mysteries of the natural world? Well, you come to the right place! Welcome, bienvenue, welcome on Fuck Fish Channel! Let's start a conversation. Worldwide, forest cover has been dwindling, and fast. Forests provide food and shelter not only for humans, but for a whole bunch of animals. For humans, forests provide goods such as wood, fuel and other supply material, and ecosystem services, as forests can help prevent natural disasters such as floods and landslides. So why are we cutting down all the trees when there are so many programs to replant them? There are 5 main reasons why we are losing our forests. First, community-driven deforestation, shifting agriculture, forestry, wildfire, and urbanization. Each of these reasons results in a different type of forest loss that can be detected from satellite images. In Africa, deforestation is mainly driven by shifting agriculture. With one of the highest rates of deforestation in the world, Nigeria is losing its forests so quickly that if nothing is done, there will be no more forest by 2050. And without forest, where will the critically endangered forest elephants go? So Nigeria can be separated in 2 distinct ecosystems. In the north, you have the Savannah, characterized by tall grass and small little trees and shrubs. In the south, you have the rainforest, lush, dense and thick. On these maps, you can see the dense rainforest in dark green and how it slowly but surely disappeared since 1980. That is where the African forest elephant lives. And there is not many of them left. And in this thickness, it's difficult to count them. But Queen Omoregi and collaborators set up to find them. If you are not up to date with the many species of elephants that exist, this is your friendly reminder. That is an African savanna elephant. This is an African forest elephant. The main difference between the 2 species is their size. The African forest elephant is smaller and their ears are more oval. In forest elephants, the tusks are straighter and point downwards, while in the African savanna elephants, the tusks curve outward. But the 2 species can hybridize, and that's when it's become confusing. Did you know that there are more than 1 species of elephant? Do you know how many exist? Let me know in the comment section below. But for our team of experts, the journey just started. First, they interviewed local staff members and residents in the investigated areas to obtain first-hand knowledge of where the forest elephants could be. Then, they organized search teams and hiked through the rainforest using the path of least resistance, hoping to maybe see a forest elephant with their own 2 eyes, or settling for traces of elephant activities such as footprints, dung, trails, or mud bath. They also collected evidence of elephant presence using camera traps or pictures taken at chance encounters. Finally, the presence of a poached carcass also unfortunately provided information to Queen and her team, as well as the destruction and raiding by elephants reported from the lands neighboring the forests. In total, they found 40 forest elephants. That's not much, eh? So why so little? As we mentioned earlier, The main threat to forest elephants is the loss and continuous degradation of their privileged habitat, the rainforest. Indeed, in Africa, forests and their surroundings are often converted into human settlements, including farms and monoculture plantations. With less and less forest to roam through, elephants struggle to find the food they require and often raid nearby crops and destroy human properties. Human-elephant conflict is thus pervasive, which explains why local communities have a negative attitude towards elephant conservation in these areas. In addition, the illegal hunting of elephants for their ivory still exists today, and has been historically responsible for the rapid decline in the number of African forest elephants. But why does it matter? Well, forest elephants roam the rainforest to sustain a heavy fruit diet. Doing so, they disperse fruits and seeds, browse sapling and stems, and create an extensive trail network in the forest. This helps promote forest heterogeneity, the fact that there is a lot of different plant species within the forest, which makes it more productive. Now that we went through all the sad news, what can we do? First, to protect the elephant, the most urgent step is to stop poaching. Elephant poaching and animal poaching in general. Today, if a poacher is arrested, the punishment for his crime is not big enough to deter him from doing it again. Countries where poaching occurs should have higher punishment for poachers, although this can be tricky as corruption is often rampant, and behind poaching you often find international criminal syndicates. But that's a legal and governmental issue. On the long term, species management and land use management are critical to incorporate both elephants and humans in a now shared habitat, which means that protecting the remains of the Nigerian rainforest is paramount to the success of the conservation plan. Another solution could be to create a buffer zone around natural reserves where we know forest elephants live, so that they do not raid human settlements. Finally, conflicts between humans and elephants in this case need to be avoided at all costs, or at least their consequences need to be mitigated. Forest elephant can be deterred from crop raiding using acoustic deterrents or even bees. Elephants also seem to avoid cocoa farms, which points to the potential use of certain crops to deter elephants from the valuable crops we'd like to keep. In addition, awareness programs, livelihood opportunities, and a fair compensation to the farmers victims of elephant raiding are necessary. But none of these solutions really hit the spot, hey? If you'd like to know more about this topic, please check these two amazing articles on the Conversation website. The first article details how Nigeria's forests are disappearing and what can be done to protect their benefits to both the economy and the environment. The second article focuses on the forest elephants and what scientists found when they went looking for them. Check it out. In conclusion, habitat fragmentation driven by human activities such as forestry, agriculture, and urbanization has large consequences on biodiversity in the world. We might not see these consequences as much in Europe because the animals, the wild animals, there are not many of them and they are of a regular size. But in Africa and other places where mega herbivores still roam free, the consequences of habitat loss are directly in your face. And if you want to stop an elephant with a fence, You need to be ready, because those fuckers go through a 10,000 volt fence like it's nothing, okay? While many steps can be taken by governments to properly manage their wildlife and human population, there are still several obstacles to overcome. Some of them are the lack of financial and human resources for biological conservation in Africa, and the rampant corruption from criminal syndicates to African governments. In the end, the future does not look so bright for Nigerian forest elephants. And you can sign all the conventions, make all the promises to save the world. It is meaningless if it's not followed by actions. And that's a wrap! If you enjoyed this episode, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share. That's gonna help the channel grow. And now, between us, ciao, bye! Are you hungry for more? Check the links in the description below.